The goal of a sales call is to have your customers buy from you, right? Depending on your offer, maybe it's on the first call or maybe it's after a couple of sales calls. This is not rocket science. But could your sales process inadvertently be creating buyer resistance rather than smoothing a path to the sale? Today, I'm going to share 3 big mistakes that you might be making that can increase buyer resistance so that your buyer is less likely to buy from you, not something that you want. And stick with me to the end because I'm going to share with you details on some free training that I offer that I believe will really benefit you on your future sales calls. If you're new to this channel, I'm Jessie and I help coaches, consultants, and small business owners who've never had the benefit of formal sales training or don't resonate with the training that they got, learn how to feel really confident during their sales calls so they enroll more new clients. Our style is not at all pushy or salesy, but instead takes a heart-centered approach to selling. So if we haven't met before, you may wonder, why should I listen to this Jessie person? How would she know? And you should be skeptical. There's a lot of information floating around out there. But I can tell you that I have over 25 years in sales and sales coaching, both in the corporate world and in running my own coaching business. I've seen a lot, worked with a lot of different customers, lots of different salespeople, and seen and tried a variety of selling methods. So I share what works in these videos so that you don't have to wade through the trial and error learning process that I went through. So yes, our aim on a sales call is to reduce any resistance the customer might have to work with us, reduce any resistance to buying our offer. So what might you be doing that could inadvertently increase your customer's resistance to buying from you? Let's jump in. The first big mistake revolves around how you feel you need to be as a salesperson. You know, salesy. Or maybe you feel resistance around selling, so that creates the energy of hesitation and reluctance when you get on that sales call. Guess what? If any of that exists, any salesiness or resistance on your part, your clients will pick up on it. They may not be able to identify what they're picking up on, but they will feel something is off, something is not natural, and that bites into that trust factor a bit. And with a dent in trust, the customer resistance increases. So how do you reframe this? Well, it's quite simple actually. You just need to be yourself. I can promise you that all types of personalities can be and have been successful with selling. So just do you. Take yourself out of the mindset of being a salesperson if that helps. Don't call it a sales call, call it a discovery call, call it an assessment, whatever you need to do to dial down the sales part for yourself and just let the real you shine through when you meet and engage the clients. This often is a reframing of your mindset and facing any negative thoughts you have around selling and handle it differently. If you feel this way, it's very common, so you are far from being alone. But a mindset shift is important to keep it authentic with your customers, so you are building trust rather than increasing any resistance to buy from you. The second big mistake is that you don't want the sales call to be focused on your offer. I know that sounds a bit counterintuitive because the customer is meeting with you to learn about your offer, right? Yes, they are, but you cannot have your offer be the front and center focus of attention. Your customer needs to be the front and center focus of attention. If you make the sales call about your offer without really understanding your client, they will tune you out. Not even after some time. They will likely tune you out right away. And that is the ultimate buyer resistance, getting ignored. Your customer doesn't really want to hear about you or your offer. They're focused on finding out what they want and need. Stop for a minute and think about this. You want to align yourself with your customer's goals for the smoothest path path for your sales call. So forget about your offer for a bit and learn about them. You want to find out what they're looking for. You want the entire picture in your head of what they are struggling with and how they want help. Then you can talk about your offer. You may even realize after they share what they're looking for, your offer might not even be a good fit. But if it is, you have a lot more information to make sure that you talk about your offer in a way that aligns with their needs, right? And that definitely smooths the path for the client, making it a higher likelihood that they will buy from you. Okay, the third big mistake revolves around how you handle asking for the sale. If you try any elaborate tactics or closing methods, your customer will likely resist. I remember back in the day, one strategy was to just start filling out the paperwork for the sale. This was the ultimate assumptive close. And then the client would be like, "What are you doing?" And you were supposed to say, "Well, based on our conversation, this is the perfect solution. And you said how well it suited your needs. So I just took that to mean you were moving forward." Do you think this created any resistance? Yes. Then you'd find yourself backpedaling to save the sale because you went too far. Buyers are smarter than that. Not that they've ever liked tactics like that to begin with. So keep the closing natural and easy. It should not be a big process at the end. You should be able to plant seeds throughout the conversation that pique their interest in your offer. And when you get to the end of the call, the closing should be respectful, totally focused on their needs and how your offer aligns with their desired results. This smooths the path for the buyers wanting to work with you as opposed to the resistance that's built with a big closing strategy at the end. Okay, a quick review. The 3 big mistakes that create resistance in your potential client would be being too salesy, making your offer the focus of the sales call, and avoiding that big close at the end. Hopefully, not doing these 3 things makes your selling life much easier and way more fun. We can get really wound up in how we think selling should be based on our past experiences and the stereotypical salesperson as they're portrayed in the movies, stand-up comedy, you name it. Our goal with the sales call is to make the yes from our potential clients as easy as possible. So we want to eliminate any resistance that may come up during the sales call. These 3 mistakes let you off the hook from those stereotypes and allow you to truly, authentically just help your customer. Doesn't that make you happy? And as promised, I'm excited to invite you to my next masterclass training. In the training, I get into more details about how to pull all of these tips on my channel together to have a confident, successful, and authentic sales conversation with your potential client where they feel drawn to work with you. You don't want to miss this next session because it will be chock full of easy to implement processes that can shift your sales momentum starting with your next sales call. Get the link to join my VIP waitlist for this great learning event in the description below. If you found this conversation to be of value, please hit that like button, and I really appreciate your support of this channel, so if you would please subscribe, hit the bell for future notifications, and share it with friends who might benefit from this content as well. And I'm curious, which of these tips have you found most valuable? Please drop that in the comments below. I'd love to hear. If you're looking to make an immediate impact on your business and start enrolling more new clients quickly, we can also schedule a conversation to see if we're a good fit to work together. We'll talk about what you're looking for and if my coaching fits your needs. I've also dropped that link in the description below as well. And from here, I look forward to seeing you next week with more sales tips to help keep you out of that pushy and pressure-filled sales zone, yet still signing up more and more new clients each and every day. Have a great week, my friends.